What's up, guys? Kaijudoyoshi here, back with another video. Going back for like an older series that I was starting but never really continued with, and that's cards that are overhyped. I made one before, so I kind of like the idea of the series, so I wanted to make another one. But yeah, before I get into that, the KMCs were announced, which is very awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, I won't be going to any. I just don't have any way to actually just get to one. Closest one to me is like 4 hours away, Pennsylvania, which really sucks. I know like most of the Kaijudo YouTubers and stuff like that were going to that one, and I was kind of looking forward to meeting some people there, but it's fine. Just happy that this game is being supported, and yeah, good luck to anyone else that's going. Yeah, now to get back on topic for this video, cards that are overhyped. Second card I wanted to talk about was Issyl of the Frozen Wastes. I know that some people, like on the internet, forums, stuff like that, I didn't really see that many people talking about this. So some people may feel like this card isn't actually overhyped, but I know that in my area there are a few people that think that this card is very good, like format defining, and even I used to think that this card was format defining, like when it first came out. But after play testing with it for a week or two now, and just realizing what decks people are playing now, what the meta is, and stuff like that, I kind of just realized that this card really just doesn't have a place in any deck really at the moment. It's kind of just an awkward card, and yeah, so let's get started. For few people, I think they will probably already know what I'm talking about, but the one card that's really just like almost completely defining the format is Andromeda. And it's also the card that is pretty much the complete counter to Issyl. And yeah, so obviously Issyl, it has 11,000 attack, and Andromeda has 11,500. So that's clearly why he gets over it. But Andromeda is just such a good card right now that even though, it gets over this, it's like the problem is that so many decks are playing Andromeda. It's just such a popular card right now. Most people are attempting to fit the light engine into any deck that they can right now just to play Andromeda, because it is a card that can completely turn the game around. Even if you were losing before, now you can be winning. You had one shield, now you have three, and you have a double breaker, and you have protection with all strike. And it's just like when this card is out, it just really completely changes the game. But yeah, the Issyl especially, if you have this tapped and they drop Andromeda, your only option is to either leave it tapped, then they can run it over with Andromeda, and then it's just like, okay, you lost your Issyl. Or you can untap the Issyl, and then they can't run over the Issyl with Andromeda, but Issyl isn't doing anything because it isn't tapped. So it's just a complete lose-lose situation for Issyl. And yeah, obviously there's some other cards too. Not every deck is trying to play light right now. So yeah, when you play versus other decks, there's Darkness. Darkness has Hydra Medusa, Terror Pit. Definitely Terror Pit, not as much Hydra Medusa. I know most people, not most people, but a lot of people aren't actually running Hydra Medusa. The only deck I really see it being ran in is Mono Dark and Water Dark Control. I don't see people running it in like Water Dark Dragon or Water Dark, another civilization, whatever, dragons or anything like that. But yeah, Terror Pit is just being ran in any deck that uses darkness. So this is just something you have to worry about. You can drop Issyl on turn 8, and it's just, even if you went first and they didn't, they don't even have to play a mana for that turn if they want. They can just draw to 7 mana and just play Terror Pit if they need to. It's just such an easy way to get rid of Issyl. You can even wait, if you're not afraid of the Issyl until they actually start using it, you can Terror Pit it then. If you want them to go really just aggro on you and just break shields or something stupid which would put them at a disadvantage, but they'd have a tapped Issyl, so it's okay, you can Terror Pit them and punish them very hard. So yeah, 2 more counters in darkness. And then obviously there are some other cards like Infernus the Awakened and just other monsters that are very huge. They just came out in Dragon Strike Infernus. Infernus, Karagar, Dracothane. Cards that just have more attack than this are just counters to it. And it's a problem when there's so many cards that can get over this. Really the only deck literally has no answer to this is Rush. And Rush will win before you even have a chance to drop this most of the time. So, yeah, this card just doesn't do anything versus Rush. It's just such an awkward card right now. Its effect is very good. I feel like at some later point in the game, this will be one of those cards that's like, oh, hey, look at this card. Well, this card's actually like very good versus one card, so let's start running it again, or just something like that. I feel like it could come up again in a certain situation. But yeah. Another thing I really just find to be a problem with this card is that there's no direct advantage with this card. When you're dropping something like Andromeda, you're getting 2 shields. This essentially is a +2. A lot of people don't agree with me when I say that. But Andromeda is not only saving you, but it makes your opponent have to -2, in order to kill you. 2 more -2s, because, you always have to minus every time you attack. Can hurt you, or attack a shield at least. But yeah, if they have to minus more, you also have Shield Blast where they flip up, they get you pluses and stuff like that. So yeah, your opponent's going to have to, waste more resources to kill you, give you more resources in order to kill you. So that's like the advantage of Andromeda. Infernus, another card that's like when you drop this, you're destroying a bunch of stuff. It's cool. But Issyl is just kind of awkward in that sense. It's a card where you just drop it and it doesn't do anything until next turn. And even at next turn, you attack with it, and it's like, okay, you attacked with it, but you don't get anything for attacking. You get the lockdown from it now, but it's just, like I said, there's so many answers to the lockdown now that it's like, even if they do drop something, you get a turn to react, but the reactions that you do, it's never actually a good thing for you. So I just feel like, just because of all of these things, that Issyl's a pretty awkward card right now, and I don't really think that it's playable, and I think it's a little bit, not even just like a little bit, just completely overhyped at the moment. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Comment if you guys think that any other cards are overhyped right now, or if you have any arguments for why you think that this isn't overhyped or anything like that. So yeah, hope you guys like the video. Thanks for watching, and peace.